Alright. Seeking. Little is actually known about Seeking, the ocean-based member of the evil crime syndicate from Earth 3. However, given that his powers seem to be just as strong as his Earth 1 counterpart, the King of Atlantis, Aquaman, anyone who dares face him is guaranteed to be in deep trouble. First appearing in Justice League number 23. The Shade. I don't know this character. Born in the 19th century, Richard Swift was a trader in exotic animals who was forced into taking part in a mysterious ritual by one of his clients. After the incident accidentally granted him the ability to manipulate dark magic, Richard became the Shade, an immensely powerful supervillain, first appearing in Flash Comics number 33 in 1942. Shazam! In need of a new champion of magic, the wizard at the Rock of Eternity tested Billy Batson, a young orphan with a troubled past. Despite his rebellious personality, the wizard saw Billy's inner potential for good and granted him the power to transform into Earth's mightiest mortal, Shazam. First appearing in Wiz Comics number 2 in 1940, originally known as Captain Marvel, the current version showed up in Justice League number 7 in 2012. Silver Banshee. I'm not even going to try to read that. Simon Baz. Forced into becoming a car thief to make ends meet, Simon Baz found himself wrongly imprisoned for a major crime. Mistreated by his captors, Simon was located by a Green Lantern ring containing the spirit of Hal Jordan and Sinestro, turning him into the latest Green Lantern to guard the Earth, first appearing in the New 52 Free Comic Book Day Special Edition number 1 in 2012. It's a Green Lantern character that I know nothing about. Sinestro. Of course, Green Lantern's most iconic villain. He actually started off as a member of the Green Lantern Corps. I really liked his casting in the Green Lantern movie, but that movie wasn't very good, so we never got him with the yellow ring. I'm going to read his origin story off the card in a minute here, but I'm going to tell you about my version of him from my universe. My version of him, member of the Green Lantern, whatever. He wasn't really evil, though, until Parallax, in the second storyline I wrote for Green Lantern, actually, basically possesses him. And he possesses him and Hal Jordan, but Hal Jordan has the willpower to overcome it. Sinestro does not, and it ends up turning him evil. And he ends up returning during the War of Light storyline, where he ends up joining the Legion of Doom in the Justice League storyline that I wrote. So yeah, and reading a former friend and mentor to Hal Jordan, Sinestro was expelled from the Green Lantern Corps after abusing his powers to rule over his home planet of Korugar. Now in command of his Sinestro Corps, this Yellow Lantern harnesses the power of fear to bring about his own brand of order to the galaxy, first appearing in Green Lantern number 7 in 1961. Solomon Grundy. This is actually the main villain of my first Green Lantern storyline that I wrote, and is responsible for the death of Alan Scott. He also reappears in my third Batman story, though it's actually not Solomon Grundy, it's Clayface taking the form of Solomon Grundy. And I also believe he was on My Legion of Doom, but I may be wrong about that. I can't quite remember. But we'll read his origin story, because it's interesting. After becoming trapped in a swamp for many years, the man formerly known as Cyrus Gold was resurrected and transformed into the monstrous Solomon Grundy. Named after the nursery rhyme, Grundy's mere presence brings chaos to all around him, regardless of the day of the week. First appearing in All-American Comics number 61 in 1944. Solivar. I don't know who this is. The original founder and ruler of Gorilla City, a secretive society of highly intelligent apes, Solivar is a wise leader who treats his people well. However, in recent times, his reign has been challenged by the villainous Gorilla Grodd, who seeks to take the simian civilization into battle against humanity, first appearing in The Flash number 106 in 1959. Starfire, of course from the Teen Titans, my introduction to her being the Teen Titans TV show. Princess Coriander was the youngest member of the royal family on the peaceful planet of Taramon until it was conquered by... the peaceful planet of Tamaran. I can't believe I just mispronounced that so bad. Can we cut that out? Until it was conquered by an evil alien force. Exiled from her world, Coriander found her way to Earth and used her powers to help the others as the hero Starfire, before later joining the Teen Titans, first appearing in DC Comics Presents number 26 in 1980. Star Sapphire. Chosen by a race of aliens to become the new Star Sapphire, Carol Ferris was originally forced into fighting the Green Lantern. However, after the aliens changed their ways, Carol now acts as a hero, leading the Star Sapphire Corps and using her violet powering to ensure that love will conquer all. First appearing in Showcase number 22 in 1959 as Green Lantern's love interest Carol Ferris, particularly Hal Jordan, and then appearing again in Green Lantern number 16 in 1962 as Star Sapphire, however redeeming herself during the War of Light. Carol Ferris is introduced in my first Green Lantern storyline as just the love interest to Hal Jordan, and then during the War of Light storyline, because she's kind of a will they won't they in the first one, and then in the second storyline she has girlfriend, and then in the third, or actually in the War of Light storyline, so storyline 4, gets the Star Sapphire powers, and yeah, now she also kind of helps protect Earth as well, so that's pretty cool. But there's kind of two lanterns. So whenever they, the Green Lantern, whenever Hal Jordan has to go to space or something, Star Sapphire's there to help. Steppenwolf does not look anything like his movie version, which is good. One of Darkseid's most feared generals, Steppenwolf is a powerful warrior who uses his master's parademon forces to invade alien worlds. Wielding his electro axe, Steppenwolf is a highly skilled combatant and a cunning strategist, making him one of the Justice League's greatest adversaries, first appearing in New Gods number 7 in 1972. Did I even start a new video? Stompa. The strongest of Darkseid's female furies, Stompa was raised in Granny Goodness's orphanage and has become a near unstoppable menace to anyone she faces. Utilizing her powerful antimatter boots, Stompa more than lives up to her name, always ready to take the next step towards victory, first appearing in Mr. Miracle number 6 in 1972. Superboy, Jonathan Kent version though. Born in an alternate timeline, Jonathan Kent grew up as the son of Superman and Lois Lane until he discovered that he had special powers of his own. Slowly learning to harness these gifts, Jonathan became Superboy, with hopes of living up to the heroic example of his parents. He debuted in More Fun Comics number 101 in 1945 as a alternate universe version. However, the current version, still an alternate universe version, shows up in Convergence Superman number 2 in 2015. However, the official version that's actually like in the main canon appeared in Superman Rebirth issue 1, which I actually own a copy of. And obviously we have Superman, but I'll just read this and I'll talk about my Superman when I get to Henry Cavill's. We all know Superman. Do I really need to talk about him? No. What I don't understand is this other skin that he has, though. I don't understand this version. Is this supposed to be Trunks and no Trunks? Is that... No, this one still has Trunks, too. It's the hair. The hair's a little different. And this logo's smaller. I don't get the point, but whatever. Superwoman. The evil Amazon of the crime syndicate, Superwoman is the Earth 3 counterpart of both Lois Lane and Wonder Woman, often using her lasso of submission to defeat her enemies. While she is loyal to the syndicate, Superwoman often uses her previous alliance with Mazaz to stay out of danger. First debuting in Justice League of America number 29 in 1964, but the current version is from Justice League in 2013. Talon. Let's just get a trophy real quick. Perfect. That's awesome. Yeah, Talon is from the Court of Owls. I'm going to just read the thing, though. As a young circus performer, William Cobb fell in love with a girl named Amelia, but a class divide kept the two from seeing each other. Heartbroken, William became a Talon for the Court of Owls, a shadowy organization intent on ruling over Gotham City and destroying the Waynes, first appearing in Batman number 2, one of the first storylines of the New 52. Terra. Oh, I'm about to show you. I'm about to do some funny shit right now. Hold on. You guys, only real DC fans are going to get the joke I'm about to make, but you guys are going to love this. Don't worry. Right? Am I right? Come on, that's hilarious. It's horrible. For those who don't I'm not even going to spell out what it is. You can look up Deathstroke and Terra yourself. I'm going to Google it right now just to see if what happens when I search it up, just for the sake of the lulz. Deathstroke and yeah, it's the first result. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Can't believe this stupid storyline, but there you go. Deathstroke and Terra. You can look it up for yourself, because I just looked it up and it does actually show up as the first result thing. So there you go. Deathstroke and Terra, the Judas Contract storyline specifically. I know Terra from Teen Titans Go because of her brief thing with Beast Boy. That's what I know Terra from. However, learning about this storyline with Deathstroke was just horrible. A horrible thing to find out. And now I'm going to post it on my Instagram and make everyone I know uncomfortable, because it's fun. Oh my god, it looks like he stabbed her. That's not what I'm trying to do. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna post that on my Instagram now with just the caption, if you know, you know. That's it. I'm gonna put it in my my Discord too, just as a joke. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Anyway, yeah, that's Terra. We'll read her origin, I guess. Troubled teenager Terra Markov discovered that she had the metahuman ability of geokinesis, allowing her to manipulate rocks and other Earth-based elements. Once an ally of the Teen Titans and a secret underling of Deathstroke. Let's go. Sure. Let's take. Sure. She now uses her powers for her own purposes as Terra, first appearing in New Teen Titans number 26 in 1982. Trickster. Following in the frolicking footsteps of the original Trickster, Axel Walker became the second supervillain to take the name of the Flash's most prolific pranking pest. Using many gag-based gadgets, Axel has tried his best to emulate his predecessor, at times even sounding like him. The original debuted in The Flash number 113 in 1960, and the second one debuted in The Flash number 183 in 2002. Trigon, the father of Raven. Trigon is an all-powerful demon who rules over the interdimensional realm of Azarath and is the father of Raven from the Teen Titans. Determined to grow his empire, Trigon attempted to conquer the Earth but found himself challenged by his daughter and her new friends in battle. First appearing in New Teen Titans number 2. Toyman. Winslow P. Schott was once a kindly toy maker before tragedy struck his life, turning him into a notorious criminal known as the Toyman. Using his vast array of brilliant toy designs to fight superheroes and commit crimes, Winslow has proven that for the Toyman, playtime is never over. First appearing in Action Comics number 64 in 1943. This character is just creepy. Like, every single version of him is just creepy. More so than even the Mad Hatter. And so I really emulated that when I wrote Toyman for my second Superman storyline, to the point where even Superman considered breaking his no-kill rule just for Toyman. Well, and I guess Zod, because he did kill Zod, but you know what I mean. Like, Zod he killed out of necessity. Toyman he debated on killing purely out of disgust for his actions. And once again, if you know, you know. Two-Face. I'm going to read his thing, but then I'll talk about the other one. I mean, we all know Two-Face's origin story, like... Yeah, we don't need to really talk about him. And his design looks like shit in this game anyway. Ultra-Humanite. One of Superman's earliest adversaries, the Ultra-Humanite is a mad scientist who has used his genius to enhance his superpowers and transfer his consciousness from body to body. Currently inhabiting the form of an albino gorilla, this dangerous villain's body is nearly as strong as his mind, first appearing in Action Comics number 13 in 1939. And, other than General Zod, this is actually the second villain that my Superman... Like, this is... When I wrote my second Superman storyline, because the first one just focused on General Zod as the villain, when I wrote my second Superman storyline, the Ultra-Humanite was the first villain I actually introduced. Yeah. And we got Ultraman. Now, Ultraman actually just showed up in the new Superman movie, but he was just a clone. He was a clone of Superman. Essentially, he was Bizarro. This is not that Ultraman. Leader of the evil crime syndicate, Ultraman is as ruthless as they come and just as powerful as Superman. Unlike the heroic Man of Steel, Ultraman's abilities are actually enhanced by kryptonite, although he can still be weakened by sunlight. Luckily, he remembered to bring sunscreen. The Ventriloquist. This is actually the second villain that my Batman ever fought. When I wrote my first Batman storyline, it was right after it was Deadshot. The Ventriloquist actually kidnapped the mayor, and but he was, in reality, he was hired by the Penguin to orchestrate it. But he was made to look crazy. However, since the puppet was kind of a split personality for Arnold Wesker. His name's not Arnold Wesker. His name is something else, isn't it? Oh, his name is Arnold Wesker. I was thinking of Wesker from... Anyway. So basically, he ended up turning out... He ends up rebelling against the Scarface puppet. Or the Gotham Ninja, I should say, ends up actually able to redeem him. However, because he kind of kidnapped the mayor, the police immediately shoot him upon seeing him, and he dies immediately. And he's actually the first death outside of... He's the only death other than Thomas and Martha Wayne to not be reversed in some way that I think that I've written so far. And I guess we can read it, but I don't think... Yeah, there's nothing in here. Vermin Wunderbar. Dedicated to carrying out the wishes of Granny Goodness after growing up in her orphanage on Apocalypse, Vermin Wunderbar is one of Darkseid's higher-ranking minions. Never hesitating to use a variety of underhanded tactics, Vermin is a cunning strategist and a worthy adversary to any hero. Mr. Miracle number 5, 1971 is his first appearance. Vixen. Born in the African nation of Zambesi, Mari Macabre learned to use her mystical Tentu totem to channel the powers of the animal kingdom. After leaving her homeland, Mary became a successful model and later joined the Justice League, using her totem to fight crime as a superhero Vixen, first appearing in Action Comics number 521 in 1981. Wonder Girl, but not Donna Troy. This is a different Wonder Girl. Recognizing her Amazonian instincts, Wonder Woman chose to train the young Cassie Sandsmark to become a force for good. Known as Wonder Girl, Cassie gained superpowers of her own, helped to find the superhero team Young Justice, and has often fought alongside the Teen Titans. First appearing in Wonder Woman number 105 in 1996. Now, she's kind of shown up in my universe because I kind of combined her and Donna Troy into the same character. Only because I didn't want to do both. And then we have Wonder Woman. We don't really need to talk about Wonder Woman. It's Wonder Woman. That's simple. And that's the last of the base game. Every other character after this is actually DLC. So if you just own the base game, your game ends with, like, your roster ends with Wonder Woman. But I was right. There's only one Alfred, funny enough. I thought there would be... we see him as an NPC in this game, but we never see him... He's not playable, so this is the only version of Alfred in this game. So we're on to DLC characters now. So we first have... I already showcased these guys in their own videos, though, so we're going to go through them quick. But we have Alfred from the Lego Movie 2, Batman from the Lego Movie 2, Green Lantern from the Lego Movie 2, Harley Quinn from the Lego Movie 2, who is my favorite version of Harley Quinn. Alfred from the Lego Movie 2 is the only Lego Movie 2... or is the only version of Alfred that's playable. And then we have custom characters. So we have the bunny from the Bunny side quest, the ninja from the League of Assassins side quest, the creature from the Black Lagoon from the Creature from the Black Lagoon side quest, my custom version of Guy Gardner that I made. You can see me make him in my custom characters video. Same with Kyle Rayner and Alan Scott. We have Black Mask, who I'm going to play as a little bit here. He was a very easy custom to make, but you can. I have a video. It's about an hour long. Where are you watching? You can watch me make all these custom characters, which is why I don't need to go through them that much. But this one was really fun to create. And I made him because he's another one of my favorite Batman villains, just because he's so cool. Like, I just think the mask is dope, and the person that has anger issues, and I don't know. He was in the Birds of Prey movie as a villain, but he's using Professor Zoom's head. And anyway, he's really cool. I love him so much. I think he's such a cool character, and I love using him for different things. I love the dual Tommy guns too. Oh, get that cop car! Get the cop car! I don't know, but yeah, he showed up technically showed up only once. So he turned out to be the big bad of my first Batman story that I wrote. Then he seemingly burns to death in a mansion, but then he returns in the third storyline. But then it turns out to be the Joker in disguise. So, is he alive? Is he dead? Who knows? Then we have my custom version of Wolverine that I made. You can see me make him in my custom video. He's really not that good, but this was the best I could get for this character. And funny enough, I'm clearly not the only person that thought to make Wolverine, because when I was searching up how to unlock the last 3 characters that I was missing, which were Bane, Starfire, and Lois Lane, someone had posted their roster with a character missing, right? Or a couple characters missing, and they had a custom Wolverine that they made as well. So clearly I'm not the only one who saw the clause and went, oh, I can make Wolverine. But yeah. And then I did a second Wolverine, but this one is actually the version from the 2000s X-Men movie. I like this one even more. I think this one, I've always liked the comic colors for Wolverine more, the yellow and blue and black. They're just my personal favorite. But I think when it comes to how I made them in this game, I think that the 2000s version is just much better and a little bit more accurate. So yeah. And then we have Emmett from the Lego movie, who is just like a really default character. He doesn't actually do anything. But I figured, I saw the very, very basic face, the hair, and I was just like, hey, wait, I could easily make Emmett from the Lego movie with this. And it worked. I just thought it'd be nice, because obviously Batman does show up in the Lego movie, and there's Lego movie games, and I don't know, I just thought it'd be cool, so I did that. And then, obviously, I made my custom character that doesn't actually look anything like me. You can see me use him quite a bit. You even saw me use him at the very beginning of this video. And then we're on to the other, I've already showcased all these, but we have the Atom from the TV series, we have Black Lightning. This is the better version of the Atom, by the way, but this is because it's the Ray Palmer version, and also just the suit I think is cooler. We have Black Lightning, the only version of Black Lightning in this game. We have the TV version of the Flash, who doesn't look a lot different. I think the colors are just more muted, but I personally like him. And I guess I'll talk about my version of the Flash while I run around as him for a little bit. There's not really much to talk about. He has the same origin as the regular Flash, and he's only got 2... He's more... I designed... My design for him, though, looked like the Ezra Miller one, because I thought the idea is that he is not influenced by magic the same way... Because the Speed Force is the Speed Force, right? It's its own thing. But the way that you get a connection to the Speed Force can be different through different ways. So Barry Allen's is through science, whereas Jay Garrick's was through magic. So Jay Garrick can just wear his normal clothes and still access the Speed Force. Because of the way that Barry Allen's was through science, it would potentially hurt him to not have some kind of armor. So he wears an armor throughout the story. But he's going to get more of like a typical looking Flash suit in the next storyline, where he's mentoring Kid Flash, and the idea would be that he as a scientist invented it himself. Yeah. Then we got the better version of Green Arrow here. In at least my opinion, I like the hood a lot more than the hair poking out. It's from the Green Arrow TV show. Not much else to say. I don't even know why I switched to him. We got Mr. Terrific, the only version of Mr. Terrific in this game, and funny enough, he was just in the new Superman movie, so there you go. We got the only version... I think it's crazy that the only version of Supergirl in this game is the TV show version, when she was the 100% completion reward for Lego Batman 2, and was a super rare character in Lego Dimensions. They kind of threw off to the side in this one. We have Vibe. I don't know who this is, so we're actually going to read his story. As an engineer at Star Labs, Cisco Raymond assisted in developing the particle accelerator that gave the Flash his powers. Later discovering that it had also given him the ability to harness dimensional energy, Cisco became the superhero Vibe and continued to fight crime as part of Team Flash, first appearing in Justice League of America Annual number 2. I kind of want to look at Mr. Terrific because I don't know his origin either. A genius and former professional athlete, Curtis Holt worked for the Palmer Technologies, where he became friends with Felicity Smoke. Recognizing his excellent scientific skills, Felicity asked for Curtis's help with a case which eventually led him to joining Team Arrow as the hero Mr. Terrific, debuting in Sensation Comics number 1 in 1942. Yeah. Black Lightning. Jefferson Pierce became the hero Black Lightning after discovering he had the metahuman ability to generate electricity. Retiring to become the principal of a local school, Jefferson thought he could make more of a difference helping the community through educating young people. However, when an old enemy returned, he once again found his community under threat, meaning that, to put it simply, Black Lightning's back, first appearing in Black Lightning number 1 in 1977. You have Indigo here. I don't know who this is either. Originally known as Brainiac 8. Oh, okay. Indigo is a super intelligent android from the planet Kalu who used Supergirl's pod to escape from the Kryptonian prison of Fort Ross. After arriving on Earth, this highly dangerous supervillain is intent on using her digital powers to rid the planet of inferior beings, first appearing in Titan/Young Justice Graduation Day number 1 in 2003. Okay, so she's the only villain from the show in here, I think. Prometheus. Blaming the Green Arrow... Oh, no, this one's a villain. Blaming the Green Arrow for the loss of his father, Simon Morrison vowed revenge and trained to become the villain Prometheus. Taking the name Adrian Chase, Simon became the district attorney of Star City in order to get close to Oliver Queen and complete his meticulous plan to ruin him. He is not a comic character, he's an original character. Nice. And Rain. Unaware of her alien origins, Sam Arias first discovered she had superpowers when she accidentally used them during her crisis. However, this was the beginning of her transformation into the genetically engineered Kryptonian world killer known as Rain, a supervillain intent on spreading her dark magic across Earth, first appearing in Supergirl number 5 in 2012. Vandal Savage. Born over 4,000 years ago, the villain who would become known as Vandal Savage was exposed to an alien element which granted him immortality. With his appetite for power continuing to grow over the centuries, Vandal Savage has become a near unstoppable opponent determined to become the world's ruler, first appearing in Green Lantern number 10 in 1943. Vigilante. While serving as a Central City police officer, the former boyfriend of Dinah Drake, known as Black Canary, Vincent Sobel, was accidentally caught in the wake of the particle accelerator explosion at Star Labs. Finding that he now had regenerative abilities, Vincent began a new life as a ruthless vigilante and later faced off against the Green Arrow, first appearing in the New Teen Titans Annual number 2 in 1983. Vigilante also shows up in the new Peacemaker show, and he's very different. And then we have Professor Zoom, and this is just Thawne. No, this is different. This is a different character than than Reverse Flash. Okay, so this is the TV show version, I guess. I don't know. Born in an alternate universe in the multiverse known as Earth 2, Hunter Zolomon became Zoom, a supervillain obsessed with stealing the abilities of other speedsters. After a negative encounter with the Flash while traveling the multiverse, he hatched an evil plan to increase the Flash's powers so that he could later steal them for himself. But then they later revealed him as Professor... So this must have been before they revealed him in the show as Reverse Flash, then. Because it's supposed to be the same character, isn't it? If I remember, I watched the show. I'm pretty sure it's the same character. First comic appearance, The Flash number 197 in 1987. Dead Man. As a famous circus acrobat, Boston Brand had an egocentric lifestyle, caring little for anyone but himself. However, after his untimely demise, he returned to the world as a ghost and was tasked with helping others as a superhero Dead Man, becoming a member of Justice League Dark, first appearing in Strange Adventures number 205 in 1967. And we have John Constantine here. While growing up in Liverpool, England, John Constantine was fascinated with dark magic and traveled across the world in order to study it. Now as a detective, John uses his abilities to help those in danger, but is more concerned with his work than being nice to the people he saves. First appearing in Swamp Thing number 37 in 1985. Spectre. This one actually did show up in my universe as a member of the Golden Age Justice League. After police detective Jim Corrigan was ambushed by criminals, he became a vengeful spirit known as the Spectre. Embracing his new calling, this ghostly guardian has undertaken a ruthless crusade against crime, using his supernatural powers to punish wrongdoers wherever they may be, first appearing in More Fun Comics number 52 in 1940. Zatanna. Known to the world as a famous stage magician, Zatanna learned that she had inherited the ability to control real magic and decided to use her powers to fight supernatural dangers. Now a superhero sorceress, this princess is ready to put on a show that no one will ever forget, first appearing in Hawkman number 4 in 1964. Etrigan. As a knight from the legendary realm of Camelot, Jason Blood became bound to the powerful demon known as Etrigan. Cursed to share the same body, Jason is able to transform into Etrigan whenever needed. However, given his extremely ruthless nature, this should only be used as a last resort. First appearing in the Etrigan the Demon number 1 in 1972. Swamp Thing. Scientist Alec Holland was working on an experimental biorestorative formula when his lab was attacked by criminals. After coming into contact with his formula, Alec fell into a nearby swamp, resulting in the creation of the creature known as Swamp Thing, the Avatar of the Green, first appearing in House of Secrets number 92 in 1971. This character is so interesting because in like the 80s he had his own trilogy of movies and then in 2019 got his own TV show. He is by far the most popular member of the Justice League Dark. And then we have the movie versions of all the characters, which I don't need to really play as. I've already showcased them all. But we have Aquaman movie, Aquaman Gladiator, Amber Turd, Orm movie, Orm Gladiator, Black Manta from the movie, King Nereus, Queen Atlanta, Trench Creature, Brian King, Merc. I mean, some of these characters aren't actually playable, so maybe they have their own storyline? Okay, yeah. As the son of Queen Atlanta and King Orvax, Orm became the king of Atlantis and set his sights on ruling over all of the undersea kingdoms as Ocean Master. However, after the arrival of Aquaman, Orm's half-brother and rightful heir to the throne, he is determined to hold on to power at all costs, first appearing in Aquaman number 29 in 1966. I already talked about Black Manta. I don't need to talk about any of those. These are just trench creatures. I don't need to really go into them too much. Brian King, is he a character? No, he's his own character from the movie. And Merc is probably the same thing. No, Merc. Dedicated to King Orm's cause of having Atlantis rule over the 7 underwater kingdoms, Merc is a skilled warrior and prominent member of the Atlantean Commandos, Orm's personal security force. Always prepared for battle, Merc is more than a match for any adversary who dares face him, first appearing in Aquaman number 7, seen in 2013. And Volko. I think that's supposed to be Willem Dafoe's character. A trusted advisor to the royal family, Volko attempted to persuade King Orm to seek diplomatic solutions to the conflicts between the underwater kingdoms. As Aquaman's last remaining link to his Atlantean heritage, Volko has also aided Arthur in learning to harness his extraordinary powers, first appearing in The Brave and the Bold number 73 in 1967. Then we have Ben Affleck's Batman, movie Cyborg, movie Deathstroke, played by Flash Thompson from the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. We have a sex offender. We have Henry Cavill's Superman, which is the second best movie third best live action Superman. And we have Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. We have Artemis. Growing up in a family of known criminals, Artemis Croc instead decided to use her exceptional archery skills to become a hero and joined Young Justice. However, wishing to keep her family's villainous history secret, she initially pretended to be the niece of Green Arrow, first appearing in Infinity Incorporated number 34 in 1987, and also having Tigress, which is the same character, it's just a different alias she went by. Then we have Aqualad, we have Kid Flash, we have Superboy. This is a different Superboy, though, so we'll talk about him. Created in secret by Project Cadmus to defend the Earth against Superman if he ever turned evil, this clone of the Man of Steel was freed by Aqualad, Robin, and Kid Flash. Although not as powerful as Superman, Superboy has made it his mission to help others as a part of the Young Justice team. The original Superboy, which was actually Clark Kent, showed up in More Fun Comics number 101 in 1945. The current version, Connor Kent, showed up in Adventures of Superman number 500 in 1993. Then we have Miss Martian. Introduced as the niece of Martian Manhunter, Megan Moores grew up hearing of her uncle's heroic deeds as part of the Justice League. After becoming her uncle's protege, Megan hid her true origins as a white Martian and joined the Young Justice team, taking the name of Miss Martian, first appearing in Teen Titans number 37 in 2006. We have Black Beetle. Harnessing the power of his scarab, the mysterious warrior dubbed Black Beetle is able to use his advanced abilities and near-indestructible armor to serve a race of aliens known as the Reach. Unfortunately for the superhero team of Young Justice, Black Beetle is always ready to take down any piece of meat that dares to cross his path, debuting in Booster Gold number 5 in 2007, but this current version is, we don't know. Then we got the movie Shazam, we got Freddy Shazam, Envy, Gluttony, Pride, Wrath. We have Darla Shazam, Pedro Shazam, Eugene Shazam, Mary Shazam, Wizard Shazam, Dr. Savannah. Batman for Batman the Animated Series, The Phantasm, who everyone knows, but I want to read. The first love of Bruce Wayne's life, Andrea Beaumont was forced to leave Gotham City with her father as a result of his dealings with the city's criminal underworld. However, after her father was tracked down by the Joker, Andrea swore revenge and returned as the masked vigilante, the Phantasm, first appearing in the Mask of the Phantasm animated movie. And then all these versions, we got the same characters, Harley Quinn, Joker. The only versions of Mad Hatter and Man-Bat in this game, funny enough, Two-Face and Captain Clown, who is just a robot. He's just a robot originally created for the Mask of the Phantasm movie, and that is every character in this game. Thank you so much for watching my playthrough of this game. I really appreciate you guys. The question is going to be, do you guys want me to go through and do it? It says I'm missing a character. No, I'm missing a vehicle. That's what it is. Do you guys really want me to go through? I mean, I have lots of vehicles too. Batcycle, Bicycle, Catwoman's bike, Darkseid's Hover Destroyer, Harley Quinn's bike, Lobo's Space Hog, Red Hood's motorbike, Robin's bike, Batmobile, Convertible, Tractor, Taxi, Station Wagon, Saloon, the Riddler's Dragster, Metropolis Police Car, Killer Frost Car, Joker Mobile, GCPD Car, Dodgem Car, Ace Chemical Truck, Belle Reeve Prisoner Transport, Daily Planet News Van, Firework Van, Flashmobile, GCPD Prisoner Transport, Garbage Truck, Joker's Truck, Killer Croc's Battle Chomper, Pickup Truck, Syracuse Harvester of Fear, Black Glider, Batcopter, Bat Rocket, Batwing, Cyborg Copter, GCPD Helicopter, Javelin 7, Joker's Copter, Lex Luthor's Armored Suit, Steppenwolf's Hovered Bike, Supermobile, G-Jet, Wonder Woman's Invisible Jet, Batboat, Fishing Boat, Jet Boat, Penguin's Duck Boat, Speed Boat, and Swamp Boat. Boom, there's all the vehicles. But if you guys want me to do videos going through all the like challenges, I guess, the collectibles, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do that. So this is, you can definitely say this is the finale. There are like certain collectibles. I might do some no commentary videos just showing them off just for the sake of completion, because I do want to get the platinum. But for now, at least, this is the end of my LEGO DC Supervillains series. I really appreciate you guys joining me on this nearly 50 episode long journey. This definitely took more episodes than any LEGO game walkthrough we've ever done. I think this was by far the longest. Yeah, this is by far the longest LEGO game series we've done, but I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to start. I have LEGO Batman 3 already downloaded because I loved this game so much despite some of the rougher edges, and it made me want to go back through all the LEGO DC games to compare character rosters, compare gameplay styles, stories. You know, I never played this one until now, so this was my genuine blind playthrough completing this entire game. LEGO Batman 3 I haven't played in 12 years. I played when I had it for the Xbox 360 when it came out. I completed it with every single achievement and everything when I was like 10 years old, and I never touched it again. I believe my little brother played through it on his channel a long time ago. I think it was during COVID, and I joined him for a couple episodes of that, but that was it. So I'm really looking forward to playing through that game again. And hopefully going through all the other LEGO Batman games on our road to Legacy of the Dark Knight. And then if these videos do really well as our Legacy of the Dark Knight, then we'll pick back up the Arkham games as well, potentially. And we'll look at doing more superhero Let's Plays on this channel. Like I said, I've already played through every Batman Arkham game on this channel, but there's so many different costumes in that game that I wouldn't be against doing what I did for the 2018 Spider-Man game and just doing a playthrough with pretty much every single costume, or something like that. I don't know. Like I said, I would have to repurchase. I have to buy LEGO Batman 2 and 1, and I have to buy Arkham City and Asylum in order to do that again, but that would be perfectly okay with me. But I like to see some support on all these. First, in particular, I'm going to play through this in LEGO Batman 3 no matter what. But if these two Let's Plays get lots of attention and do very well, then we'll play LEGO Batman 2 and 1 on the channel. I'm doing them in reverse order because this is the easiest, most accessible. And then if my Legacy of the Dark Knight videos do really well, then we will absolutely look into playing the Arkham games again, and maybe even doing more Spider-Man, as I did an Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland, and Default, like regular walkthrough, blind playthrough I should say, I guess. But I never actually played through. I never did a Tobey Maguire playthrough, or the Shattered Dimensions playthrough, or the Default playthrough that I wanted to do. So I'm gonna do probably all of those at some point. In particular, like I said, I'm interested in doing that as well as Web of Shadows, Shattered Dimensions, and Edge of Time for Spider-Man games. So, because I've already played through Spider-Man and the PS1 Spider-Man games, I'd be interested in doing playthroughs of as well. So I'm super interested in doing all of that, but I want to do all these DC Comics stuff first, and yeah, I had a lot of fun with that, and I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Peace.